And then I'll give you a little warning. And then one tip is after I tell you I've pushed the button, the GoToWebinar lady's going to speak at you a little bit. And then pause a couple beats after that because I think she speaks longer to the attendees.
Oh, okay.
Because I've noticed when Michaela goes right after the GoToWebinar lady and I'm an attendee, I just can't hear because that webinar lady's still talking.
Oh, I didn't hear that last time.
Yeah. Just pause a beat.
Yeah, I'll pause and listen. If there's nothing, I'll just start.
Okay, cool. All right, it's 12 o'clock, so let me know when you're ready and I'll push the button.
I'm ready.
You guys ready? All right, I'm pushing the button right now.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, I'm Jim Gallagher, the Director of Business Development for the Medical Fitness Association. Welcome to the third in our 2012 webinar series, A New Era in Cancer Longevity and Wellness, Using Exercise as Part of the Standard of Care with Eric Durak. Before we start, I want to remind everyone that we are accepting nominations for our Rising Stars Awards in both management and frontline categories. The Rising Stars Awards are presented at our regional meetings, which start in April. We are also accepting presentation submissions for the regional meetings. These occur from April through May, and they'll be in various parts of the country. Forms for the Rising Stars and the presentation submissions for the regional meetings are available on our website, www.medicalfitness.org. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the box on the right side of your screen. Eric will leave a few minutes at the end of the presentation to answer questions. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce today's presenter, Eric Durak. Eric received his Master's of Science degree from the University of Michigan in 1986. His research experience is in the application of exercise for special populations groups such as diabetes, high-risk pregnancy, cancer, and metabolic disorders. Eric developed the award-winning Cancer Wellness Program in 1994. He is the author of over 20 books, including the industry best-selling Insurance Reimbursement Book for Health Professionals. Eric has written for scores of health magazines, internet sites, and spoken at over 175 industry conferences and workshops. He has also published scientific articles in journals such as the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Diabetes Care, the Diabetes Educator, Sports Medicine Training and Rehabilitation, and the Somatics Journal, as well as numerous magazine articles. Eric, welcome.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate your work on my behalf, as well as Kelly, getting the webinar going. And I would like to thank all of our attendees for listening in today. So the topic that we are speaking of, that I'm speaking of, and hopefully I'll get some great feedback today, is on cancer wellness, cancer exercise, and its application as part of what I consider to be the new.
Welcome to GoToWebinar, web events made easy.
Today would be to discuss information on general applications of exercise in cancer. I also want to discuss the current state of exercise in cancer for our listeners. I think it's very important that we know what's going on in the cancer world today over the past few years and how we can parlay that into either developing a program or expanding a program that we may already have. I want to clearly talk about some of the basic elements of our cancer wellness program, basics of its program design. I want to end that segment with some general guidelines and contraindications. And then I want to jump into, for a few minutes, I want to talk about nutritional aspects of cancer care. And as I spoke about with Jim and Kelly this morning, I actually just put a new slide up about 20 minutes ago on an article that I just saw on LinkedIn this morning. I want to talk a little bit about marketing cancer fit care program in the industry, and I want to talk a little bit about social media as part of the cancer program. When I was at Medical Fitness this winter in Orlando, I had the opportunity to hear Michael Connolly talk a little bit about social media. So I parlayed a little bit of that into what I'm actually doing now in terms of cancer care on social media such as LinkedIn. Okay, Jim, I appreciate the introduction. Most of what I have on this slide is the things that you've spoken about, but what I wanted to say about my experience is that I've spent about 25 years in healthcare, fitness, medical research, And I was fortunate enough to start one of the first programs in the United States back in 1994 here in my hometown. And I have kept, I hope, my nose in the area of cancer, cancer care, cancer rehabilitation for many years. And back in 2006, I was actually able to do a 10-year follow-up study in cancer care, which, to the best of my knowledge, is still one of the longest follow-up reports ever published in the field of either oncology or wellness or sports medicine. So basically what I want to say is that, you know, I feel like I'm real privileged to be working with people in this area because I feel it can have a tremendous benefit to sports medicine, and I think that we're in a good time right now in order to make that happen. So I'll discuss that a little bit later in the presentation. So let's move forward here. So my first question